You feel like who from Texas?
I said, you sounding like the motherfuckers from Texas that just sing praises, but nothing but Texas, you know? The motherfuckers are, hey, ain't nothing in a better world than being in Texas. Oh, ain't nothing more beautiful than a Texas sunset. You know, crazy shit like that.
Well, I will tell you, there ain't nothing better than a South Dakota sunset.
Oh,
Anyway, welcome everybody to another episode of Hanging with Old Lou. I'm your host, Joshua Citrak. I'm holding a glass of liquor in my hand, as you
mm,
do,
mm,
and
mm.
always to my left-hand side, my man, my brother, Old Lou. What's new? What's good?
Hey, what's happening, y'all? I just want to say right off, hey, shit, bullshit ain't nothing like a fucking sunset sitting on the dock of the bay. Ain't nothing more beautiful than that. So
They
fuck
wrote
that.
songs about it. They wrote songs about it. Nobody writes songs about South Dakota, do
And
they?
if they did, it'd probably about leaving.
I wonder if there's a damn song. I was I was reading our magazine, our local town magazine this morning, and
Uh-oh.
there's a guy in town who his job, or maybe it's his hobby, he
Mm.
colorizes old pictures of this town.
No, really.
Yeah,
Sounds nice. And
sounds
that's
like
that's that's what he
sounds
does.
like somebody needs another hobby
Hey,
in their life.
sounds like there should be a guitar picking in the background while you fucking tell us this goddamn story. There's a guy, down, 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 down. Or a better guitar lick than that, of course. Goddamn. Mm,
Anyway, this
mm,
is our
mm,
first episode of the new year,
mm.
and so I
First
think
one.
I think we should take this opportunity to look back upon 2020 and maybe give 2020 a little bit of love. 2020, a lot of people
Mm.
have been kicking it like it's the old neglected
Like
dog chained to a
that
tree in a
pissed on the
junkyard.
rug. Oh god damn, I've seen. Ooh, that's a. Ooh, I've seen dogs like that. Oh fuck yeah. Well, that's true. That's true. But some of it's been warranted. Some of it, just
Like
just a
what?
little bit. But
Like what are
oh,
you thinking?
warranted to be getting kicked like a puppy. 2020.
There's been a lot. The thing is that it's been really
Hmm.
easy to focus on the negative things because the negative things have seemed so overwhelming and maybe insurmountable in a lot of cases. But I
Ah.
contend that there's been enough attention paid to the negative things, and there's been
Mm.
a very insufficient amount of attention paid to the good things of the past year. So I texted Lou earlier today. I said, let's do take your five best stories of the previous year or your five biggest news stories of the previous year
You get news stories. Oh yeah.
or
I went
things
totally.
that happened. We'll say they don't
I
have to
went
be news
totally a
stories.
different way way with mine.
And that's what I figured. So that's why I did
Yeah,
it.
I was like, my ass went straight for like what was fucked up. I thought that's what you were saying. What were my top five fucked ups? And I was like, well, damn,
Well,
that's a whole lot to.
I was thinking that, and then uh, as this podcast is not scripted, I was just thinking, man, a lot of good things happened this year. So
True, true,
I have
true.
all my news stories were fucked up ones, but I'm gonna try to
You're gonna flip
focus
the
on
script.
try to. I
Okay,
mean,
all right, all right. So if you flipping it, why don't you come out with something that you would like to say? Hey, this was good in 2020, or okay about it.
well, I mean, I think we can choose one of the biggest stories of the past year. That being uh, Trump lost the election, and if that isn't a great thing, I don't know what is. I could also go with uh, how many more states? Five more states this year legalized some form of marijuana,
Yes, yes,
bringing the total
yes.
to what there's. It's only Montana, or no, not even Montana legalized medical. It's
Right,
Idaho
right.
and Wyoming and possibly Mississippi,
Okay, so what you're telling me is that we're in the
Texas.
40 burger range of states that have something of some type of, of marijuana on their books. You're telling
Yeah.
me we're at the 40. So at the 40, see, this is what I'm talking about. See, don't get me started. This is what I keep telling when I tell people, hey, you can see that we've voted this shit. More than 50 of them, 50%, and you still dragging your ass on it.
The
Ah,
fucking
yes, sir.
president-elect of the United States is dragging his ass about it. I'm seeing people on Facebook going, "Oh, well, everyone's saying that Biden's going to do all these crazy things like he's some sort of socialist." Like, and I'm just like, crazy things like legalizing cannabis because
Yeah.
he ain't doing that shit. Like,
And
we all voted
again,
for it.
yeah,
We all fucking
yeah,
voted for it.
voted for it, not only voted for it, but have $1 billion fucking industry pumping right this fucking second.
There's people making money hand over fist, yet they can't go to a fucking bank.
And some of them are ex-elected officials. I mean,
And that's the whole
voter,
thing. It's like we know they're fucking crooks and they're greedy, money grubbing sons of bitches. They see where money is. They see
oh,
where it
like
is.
rats thinking shit, boy. They'll
But
jump right
but
off,
yet
but they'll jump on that money, goddamn it.
the senile motherfucker that we elected has no interest in legalizing this shit.
Right. And I've even said that that's where all of the politicians are still going wrong because you can pick up a shitload of motherfuckers if you're the ones that actually push it and get it through. Again, it's an over $1 billion industry. Do you know how much money and lobbyists you can? I mean, I'm just saying.
I mean, look at what Canada has done. Since
Mhm.
they've legalized it, now they're like one of the world's top producers of hemp. Nothing grows in Canada. It's frozen all the fucking time. I know I live very close to Canada. It's frozen all the fucking time. But yet that's where we buy our, you get your hemp seed shampoos and facials and makeup shit.
Right.
That's where it all fucking
Mhm.
comes from. We can't
Mhm.
get on that.
Exactly.
We can't get on that.
We cannot. And like we said, there's motherfuckers that have stacks in their houses, stacks of just money sitting there because they can't take it to the bank. And why? And you're just looking at motherfuckers like, what? You can tax on that. It's been proven. It's been shown. But again, as we said, we're pushing a 40 burger of states that have something on the books, motherfuckers. I mean,
I'm gonna
really.
just
I mean, if that doesn't show, I don't know what else could show you.
I'm just gonna pretend that I know what 40 burger means.
Oh, well, when you're playing sports and stuff, and like, especially like in football, like all of a sudden they get 40 points on you. That's a 40 burger, or
You
50
know what I've
burger,
been playing a lot the last 2 weeks
yeah,
is
shooting
Madden.
real fast. Oh, oh,
No,
oh, which
I've been
one?
playing a lot of Madden. Uh, I have the new one. They're all on Game Pass for Xbox now, and I have the 25th anniversary. That's what I was playing yesterday for a
Oh,
heartbeat.
nice. Like,
Because they get like you can like have like guys from uh any superstar from the past. You can
right.
have.
Just come on up and play. Oh, do you have Bo?
No, I play as the 49ers because that's the year that this game came out was the year they went to the Super Bowl. And so they're the best team in the game. So I just go, I announce to the family, I'm like, hey, everybody, I'm about ready to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. So it's something they're never going to forget.
It's like, you go, Daddy. You go.
So one team that I lost so handily to was the Jets. And now my oldest is always like, Dad, why don't you play the Jets again? I
The
was like,
shit
oh,
talking starts good with him.
I was like that part of the game is broken now.
Hey, why don't I see you getting your ass whooped up by the Jets, Dad? Why don't you try and see if you can take that one? Have you beat every other team, Dad?
I know. Dad, how many times do you have to beat the Rams?
Yeah, I'm surprised you're just not like constantly just like beating the shit out of the Raiders all the time.
Uh, I do that on occasion, but it makes my wife mad.
Oh,
So
oh, oh, well, shit. She should be up late at night practicing so she can jump on and be the fucking Raiders and just hand you your ass. Say, here
I
you
think
go.
this was one of the years that they won like 2 games.
Oh, so
So
there'll be shit
they're
there.
terrible. They're terrible.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way you can get any. Yeah, that's the one thing with Madden. They will not let you. And you basically have to go in and invent a player to put on that team.
Oh
Can you
yeah.
still do that? Yeah.
Well, it's so the game is so fucking shitty that it's like they'll make Brandon Whedon, remember that
Oh,
motherfucker? He'll
yeah.
go he'll go 10 for 10 for 220 yards in the first half and then he won't complete a pass in the second half and you're like,
Ever.
"What? This motherfucker
Can't get
couldn't
out the
miss.
way of a lineman.
He's throwing to Joshua Cribbs and this guy it looks like Jerry fucking Rice. And then the two
Oh,
of them
yeah.
in the second half, they can't catch a pass.
Oh, yeah. See, that sucks. That does. That does. Yeah, that's what I used to, make a player and then just put them on the team because the Raiders are always so fucked up and so bad. I just have to build this humongous ass fucking football player and put him back there. That's the only way you maybe win one or two games and shit. Because you all of a sudden you're about to win, and they would just make the Raiders like, wait, what? Wait, how did he fumble? Wait, I didn't see.
It's so funny. It's like that guy will throw 4 interceptions in the last 2 minutes of the game, but
Right,
he was
exactly.
kicking your ass for 30 minutes in the first half. Now he comes out, he can't even step over his own shoelace.
He can't do nothing. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You're like, hey, wait, what? How did he do that? Wait, he fumbled? What do you mean he fumbled?
Dad, why do the
Hey,
Browns have
oh,
20 points and you have 0? Just wait till the second half.
yeah, just like, it's all right.
Just
Get
wait.
you, hey, this is how you lull somebody. Like, we're just gonna get him. That's all right. Oh, god damn, god damn. Oh yeah, I know. Today's what the last of the football season. Today, all done. Shit, and I
Well,
do believe didn't you do good at the in the fantasy football? Didn't
as always.
Fluffy Fluffer Cats like go to the fucking championship and didn't exchange anybody that had a bye that day was playing. Motherfucker
Yep.
was out on COVID half the season. I was like, you go, Fluffy. I said, Fluffy, Fluffy, Kid Fluff, whatever the fuck name you gave it. I was like, you go, Fluffy.
Fluffy, furry, TD cats with a Z.
Yep, that motherfucker was doing great, boy. And then in the beginning of the season of that uh, league, some dude said, "Hey, I bet I'll finish, third or above, And he said, "Yeah, I'll put, a bottle of whiskey on it, but you had to get it in by like Sunday evening." I had Andrew type my shit. I was like, he's like, "Hey, don't you read those?" No. What? By then? What? Oh, here, put it in. I'll bet on that. Sure enough, that motherfucker just finished paying up like 8 bottles of like vodka, tequila, whiskey. I was cracking the fuck up. I didn't have to stop by the beverages more. As a matter of fact, what's making this an Irish coffee today is that goddamn whiskey I won. It's so delicious. Mm, mm, mm.
Well, here's another thing that I'll say. This isn't actually a news story about
Okay.
2020, but more of a observation
Okay.
or perhaps a missed opportunity about 2020 is
Ooh,
that
okay.
remember back in 2001, I think everybody would say 2001 was uh, a little rough because of the terrorist attacks. But
Yes,
the
yes,
funny thing
yes.
happened in 2001 is that we came together as a nation, is that
Mm,
we put aside a lot of our, pretty much all of our political differences to which we had, oh, now
Yeah.
the Patriot Act that's never gone away, but remember it was supposed to go away.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, you come on now. As soon as it went in,
Oh no,
like
we'll sunset that in 2004. No,
yeah.
we won't.
Now,
They
as I say, the
they
dog could do that math. The dog
and
sitting up there, carry the two.
yeah. But we really came together, and I think this year was a really good opportunity for all of us to come together. And I mean, I get about social distancing. I'm not saying we should all suck
Right,
each other's dicks or whatever, but that we should all come together as a nation, being united. Like we're under attack, we're under attack by a
by this
semi-deadly
virus.
virus that
Right.
if we were united, maybe we would have beat it, maybe not, but at least our uh, psyche, our collective psyche would be much better
Would be
than.
intact. I would say yes, yes. I agree with you more. I mean, a lot on that. I mean, with everything, because even that was one of the things I was going to write in was, well, we lost that. Like that was one of the things because it seemed like we were about to come together. It was like that first week or so that we kind of were able to be let back out. Motherfuckers would walk by each other and be like, "Hey, hey, how you doing?" Everybody would say hi, and then it would seem like that next week, motherfuckers were like, "You know what? Fuck you, motherfucker." Da, da, da. I mean, it really seemed to turn kind of quick, and I don't think there was anything that was going to stop it at all. You know,
Well, it was the instant politicizing of it by, really both sides. But as soon as you politicize something as you know uncontrollable and undetermined as to its devastation, I mean, you think about like climate change, right? Like the
right?
coronavirus is just a way faster moving disaster, right? Like where's the politics in that? You know, Pelosi said that
Oh,
Trump was a racist because he stopped people coming from China back in what,
right.
February or March, whatever it was.
First, he was the first one to do it. Yeah, February, late January, early February. Yep.
Pelosi said we should go to Chinatown to celebrate the
Mm-hmm.
Lunar New Year, which was in mid-March, I believe, of last year.
Mm.
Year of the rat, was it?
Yep, that was a perfect year for it. Mm-hmm. The rat.
Uh,
That's perfect.
Seems like every time I pay attention to the Lunar New Year, it's always the year of the rat. Like, is
Mm.
it every
Damn.
year? Like, when's the
Oh,
when's the year of
well,
like the ox or
it's every
tiger?
12 years.
Oh, I
It
understand
repeats
that, but it
every
seems
12
like
years.
every time that I'm concerned about it, it's always this year's the year of the rat.
Or the snake, or the or the cock. Wasn't it just the cock not too long ago?
I don't remember that, but I wish I did.
Yeah, because you'd have been ringing that bell down the street. Ding, ling, ling. Happy New Year of the cock.
My so I was telling Jeff that
Right.
I found talk about. Can you hear me? Sorry.
Mhm.
My Christmas present of my AirPods Pro, they're noise canceling, and so sometimes I'm like, am I talking or am I saying this in my head because I can't sometimes hear my own voice? Uh, anyway, talk about a child's dream. I found Christmas presents in
Oh,
the attic that I forgot about today.
Father Christmas came again this year, Father?
Well, it's not, it's just like they got Christmas presents for fucking Hanukkah, then they got Christmas presents for Christmas, and now they're getting Christmas presents in January. And I just look
Just
over to the door. They slid mine. So some of them were my Christmas presents. And they slid my stocking stuffer, which was a pack of Pokemon cards,
oh, nice.
under under the door because they knew I was
Did they open them
podcasting.
for you and took them out individually?
No, but they will. They will. And so when I went downstairs to get a adult beverage, I came back up here and I picked them up and I set them on my wife's desk. They're behind me.
Right.
So the novelty has worn out for them because they got their cards about 35 minutes ago while we were talking
Ah,
before the podcast. And now I turn and I look to the door as I'm pontificating about something ridiculous, and I see my child's hands under the door like a kitten looking for the
looking for the
Pokemon cards.
one. Yeah, that sounds about right.
For that, I'm going to put on my very expensive
Now, see,
sunglasses.
this is when you wish that you could be. This was the cartoons or something, so you could actually just be a dick and just put up a little mousetrap right there. That'd
Oh
be
yeah,
fucked up, but
yeah. You wish you had
that'd be,
Bugs Bunny skills.
yeah, exactly.
Being a parent makes you wish that you had, like, you know, Acme. What was it? Acme.
Yeah, Acme fruit, an Acme big old iron anvil,
A
the
rocket
Acme anvil.
launcher,
Yeah.
a giant hammer,
Exactly. Just
ten
looking like
thousand mouse traps, and a box of tacks.
in a circle, you know.
Oh, oh yeah, the bullseye.
Yeah.
Oh
And
man.
you'd be, as a parent, you'd get them good too. You'd be like, hey, could you just walk over there and just get that? Or, hey, look, isn't that a piece of candy over there? Every time they're fucking up, you just be like, hey, isn't there a piece of candy around? They start running to it. Oh, that'd be hilarious. But it'd be cartoon style, so they'd be okay.
Yeah, nobody dies in cartoons,
Yeah,
or in
exactly,
those cartoons
exactly.
anyway.
Both the kids, yeah, exactly. That'd be really,
But
but
you know
still,
what's really funny? Go back and watch those cartoons now and see how fucking racist and sexist and homophobic they were.
oh,
Holy
oh,
shit.
oh,
I was watching, we were watching Bugs Bunny. We're all sitting in bed one Saturday morning
right,
watching
right,
Bugs Bunny, the episode where he gets adopted by the Tasmanian Devils
yeah.
with their big fucking lips, and they drag their knuckles around, and then the wife always has a rolling pin to beat her
With
husband over
curlers
the
in
head
it,
with.
yeah,
Holy
with like
shit.
red lips. Always, they couldn't understand a word they said.
Right, exactly. Fucking exactly. Ouch. I just poked myself in the eye, just in case you're wondering.
Look at
If
you.
you're watching this on YouTube, you saw me poke myself in the eye with my own sunglasses.
Ooh, 2021, you go, huh? He gets all infected.
Well, we did an open house at our business. I don't want to say the business because this is a family place. But we
Somebody will
did an
find a
open
guy.
house recently, and I was stunned by the amount of people who came into my business without a mask.
Mm,
And I was
nice.
just like,
Well,
am I
do you
being
have a
weird?
sign up
No, we don't.
or
We don't
okay?
have a
Oh,
sign
because
up.
there's no mandate. There's no mandate or anything of that nature where you're at. Okay, that's right. Okay,
There is kind of.
right,
There
right. It's
kind of like
said, but not public.
if a business says wear a mask, you have to wear a mask.
Mm.
But like we say, every podcast we look at RT.live, so that's the rate of transmission. And let me look at it right now. I'm gonna have to take my sunglasses off. But
He's checking, ladies and gentlemen. We are gonna get it right this second. We're up to the second, up to the moment. What's it say? 1%. Oh, those are some nice glasses.
so South Dakota
Okay.
currently sits at 1.03. So it should be under one for South Dakota. all
God damn it. I mean,
all the states that were what did we count on the last podcast that there were 19 states that were below one, something like that.
I
About
thought it
half
was a
of
little bit
those
higher.
about
Yeah.
half of those states have come back slightly above one. So we're talking the
Yeah.
Kansases, South Dakotas, Connecticut's,
Right. But
uh,
every time we talk about this, even from where you are at, it's not as bad as they're saying on the news out here. That's the thing. They're not. It's not as bad. You know, the you were saying that the hospitals where you're at isn't being overrun, isn't this, isn't that, and it's just interesting.
no,
I mean, how you see it. I
yeah,
mean, you we see it here watching on all of them, except for Fox, because of course Fox is not going to protect anything really of showing uh, uh,
yeah,
the COVID thing really that much,
yeah,
or the
or
transmission.
a very red state doing a very bad job of it.
Right. That's and we all take that for a grain of salt. Then we go on to whatever and we look all over the internet. We find out what we're seeing. But again, I mean, like that's why we ask these questions because we see it here, but where you're at, you're like, oh no, no,
I mean, I've
uh,
said it,
uh,
on a number of podcasts, like
yeah.
how many people from back home have reached out to me and been like, "Holy shit, are you guys okay?"
Praying for
It's
you, praying for you.
like you think that this is The Walking Dead where we're literally
Yeah,
beating someone with a pipe to get a sandwich.
exactly. Praying for you. Oh God, we wish you were here.
It's just like, no, I actually had people
No,
over for
oh,
Thanksgiving. I had a big house. It was full of
and
people.
there's no COVID spread, nothing. Look, everybody's okay.
Well,
See?
what we the joke is now in South Dakota is that we all had it in August, so we're fine now. Because August was the month where it was like a lot of people got it, but it's not that
Right,
bad
right,
for 99% of the people that get it. It's not that bad. Everybody on my
right.
block got it except for us in August, and we were
Oh, look at
exposed.
you.
I got tested a couple times. We were definitely exposed,
Right,
but
right. I think we all should, kind of go in that with that mindset that we've been
you've
exposed at
you've been
one point.
exposed, and
Mhm.
either you beat that shit like Rocky or you didn't get it.
Hey, well, yeah, exactly. And I think I thought it was you that had said it to me before because I remember I was saying, hey, in December I was really sick, but I mean, I actually
Oh,
couldn't
my family
fucking.
was. I didn't get it.
I was like, it tasted like chalk, like shit. And I remember looking at my wife going, I cannot taste my fucking food. It's nasty. I
Oh,
don't want to
oh
eat.
yeah, yeah, that's right.
And I kept saying that. That was in December. I remember that. I was like, going, fuck, this food. Yeah, I've never had something like this before. This is like, but the only reason I thought that I guess I didn't have it was because, my father in law didn't come up with nothing. So
Yeah,
that's the only
even a
scientific thing I could call.
yeah, even a flu that bad is going to kill that motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I just don't. I mean, so that also shows how often that I come into interaction with my father-in-law living with me. Like I keep the fuck away from him. Even when I'm not sick, I barely see that motherfucker. But yeah, that's one of the things. That's been one of our I guess our tails, or I guess what I've been calling them is our canary in a fucking cage. I mean,
Yeah.
if we're sick, we all think like because we all ask each other like, when the kids will get sick like this past a couple months ago, we kind of had a throat and a sore, and then everybody kept asking, hey, da 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 da, and then we kept looking at him. If he doesn't get sick and this and that, you're good to go. You're good to go.
Well, that's
You
the
know,
thing about this disease that like it doesn't make sense that are you guys totally on lockdown again?
I think it's like a curfew. I think they just,
Because you don't get sick
yeah,
during the day, right?
yeah,
The
I know.
virus only comes out at night. It's like the freaks. The
Yeah, it
freaks
only
come
comes
out
out
and the
at night.
virus comes out.
Yeah, and that's the only time that you need to go run and get something is at night. So we're gonna hold that up because everybody getting off work and motherfuckers aren't. working, but some, everybody's at work and they're all going to rush to the thing at, and to tell you the truth, honestly, there isn't that rush on the fucking toilet paper, the this, the that. I mean, going to even like the local grocery store just during the middle of the day, there's like, barely anybody really in there. The shelves are all stocked, everything's all, so I think there's
because
I
of
don't think
states
people
like
are.
South Dakota that are shipping you guys fucking food.
Is that what
It is that is exactly what it is. Because South
that's
Dakota, one of the biggest employers collectively
mhm.
are meat processing plants. We have one just out of town here. There's a big one in Sioux Falls.
Oh
They're
damn.
all over the place. They're all over the place here.
Right, Pennsylvania, all throughout there. Fuck it. Oh well, damn,
So you're
damn.
welcome.
I can see. I know they were
Send
saying
us
that.
some fucking avocados for God's sake.
I know. Can you believe how expensive fucking avocados are? That is fucking. I mean, it's just highway robbery. I mean, usually, even with the motherfuckers to pay for a lemon, I'm like,
I know.
holy shit.
I've been dreaming of your lemon tree. Like just like throw one over the fence to me, Lou. Like
Yes, yeah. You
that's
know
the
what's going to
thing
be
here.
even better next year? It's going to be that cherry tree.
I know. I know. Well, that's why I planted a cherry tree in my fucking yard. Because I was
Yeah.
like, holy cow, we just sat there all day and ate cherries, and I pooped for like 4 straight days afterwards.
Yeah, but there was some delicious sweet fucking cherries, weren't they? They
You
were
should have
plentiful.
seen my kid, because my youngest, I think, was still in diapers, or was he
Yeah, I think
potty
so.
trained then? He
No,
might
no,
have
he was
been,
potty trained. No, no, yeah. It
but
was
I still
just
had to
this
wipe
past
his
time.
butt.
Yeah. Yep,
I still had to
yep,
wipe his
yep.
butt.
You still have to follow him into the bathroom. Yeah. Hmm.
And the color that came out of him, like, you know when you eat a lot of beets
Yeah.
and then you wipe your butt and you're like, holy shit, I have colon cancer.
I know.
It was like that. But
You're like, honey, why is this shit glowing? No, it's literally glowing.
and there was
You've
like a
never seen
red
dark glow.
film on the water.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've never seen dark glow, but it's glowing. But then
But
you
they're
have to
so
take
good.
some damn good fresh
What kind of
cherry.
cherries are they? Do you know?
I,
What's the
no, no. I think it's just bang, not bang. It's just whatever the.
There's so
It's
dude,
delicious.
I bought a cherry tree this year. There are so many kinds of cherry trees. It's unfucking believable. There's
Yeah,
like
you just got to get into
35
the.
different cherry trees.
Oh,
Ours is a
just and as many as you can.
is it's a Japanese, what the fuck is, because it's Nate, the name sounds like a character of an anime that I used to watch. Now I can't remember
Those
it. Starts with an M.
Atamaki cherries are not Metashoni. I know that, but
No, they're not Marashoni.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, oh, those cherries are fucking just they're delicious. And like we've talked about it many times, and I'll say it all the time. The shit's always hilarious. Moving in here, the owner before us, oh, I just planted it, or I planted it, and for years, the birds always get my cherries. That I'm like, well, I got cats. Oh no, they're smarter than the cats. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, wait, you've never watched Omaha? What the fuck was that nature show that used to come on Sunday
Oh yeah,
nights? Oh,
yeah. Uh, uh,
Omaha or what?
the
The
Wilds of
fuck?
Omaha,
I forget what the mutual, not mutual. God
Mutual of
damn it!
Omaha, it's Wild America.
Is that what it
That's
was?
called it.
Oh shit! Remember that shit? Like the nigga guy said, yeah. Oh no, no, the cats are too slow for that. Like, wait, what? Motherfucker, are you telling me that the birds love this cherry tree? Yeah, they do. Yeah, my cat's gonna perch his ass right in that fucking tree. And sure enough, we had a shitload of cherry trees. Why? Because my cat perched his ass right the fuck up in there. And it took two dead birds for them birds not to come fuck with them cherry trees no more.
That's fucking hilarious.
The circle of life, goddamn it! But again, going back and watch that show. Listen, that shit needs to come on and watch Jerry as he gets up close to the was it buffalo or whatever and
Yeah.
tranquilize. You watch Steve shoot him from the helicopter. Is that when they finally realized, like, hey, we can go shoot things from the air? Our man knew that as soon as they saw the helicopter in the air. The first time the first helicopter went up, they're like, hey, you know what? If you put me up in there, I could really look down and shoot something.
I could gun down a bunch of goats.
We could scare a herd of these motherfuckers. And I could just, you know what? Just think if Buffalo Bill had all the helicopter, how many more buffaloes he would have killed?
Dude, dude. That's the thing about so in California they're talking about like outlawing hunting,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
but you know what they do instead? Like you can't hunt mountain lions in California anymore. It's really hard to get a permit to
Right, but
shoot.
don't they have it where it's controlling the don't they have a where don't they go out and shoot some though sometimes to
Yes, the Department of Fish
control
and
the
Wildlife guns them down from fucking
Mhm.
helicopters.
Yeah,
How is
yeah,
that more humane than some guy going out there shooting it, eating it?
yeah. Right. Hunting
Do
it,
they?
not giving it a heart attack as they hear woof, woof, woof,
Well,
woof, 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 coming over their fucking den or something. So already you're just fucking just souring the meat right there with all that excess adrenaline shit into the fuck. Yeah, oh man. And then what? And again, ladies and gentlemen, as we've talked about this many times on this show, motherfuckers aren't all that crack shot shooting a fucking moving target. Just
well,
because you
that's
hit the
as a,
fucking animal
exactly.
doesn't mean it's dying right there. I mean, it can crawl off and die 7 days later of a horrible fucking death.
and
Oh,
and that's the thing that people don't get. If you've never toted a gun in a fucking field and shot something that didn't die right away, you know,
didn't die, and you,
dude,
yes. Oh,
I had a
oh.
duck in my back. So when you hunt birds, you put them inside your jacket. There's like a special jacket we wear because we're a bunch of
When you're out there hunting fowl, yes, yes, they invented that shit. Yeah, a couple
because
years ago. Yes,
you don't
yes.
after you shoot one, you don't just go home. Like you want to
Oh
get all of
no,
them.
no, you gotta get a
So
plethora of them. Yeah.
you carry them in on your body. And there was a
Right.
duck we got that we didn't realize until we got back to the truck that it was still alive.
Oh, I was playing possum, or it's just
Yeah,
that
it
fucked
was
up.
just
Yeah,
it was like
yeah,
it was
mhm,
playing possum is what it was doing. It was like I'm just
yeah.
gonna sit here and then probably this guy's gonna go away.
He missed
And
pulling my neck, but usually when you get them, you fucking still give them the old, right? You still give them the old once you get them back
I
from the dog, even.
I thought that I had done that. I thought I do it this
Uh-huh.
way. I pull and then I turn his beak all the way around.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, hey, come on.
But I
Sometimes
have a
the
buddy
finger.
who
Oh, but
bites.
yeah.
I have a buddy who bites their heads.
Uh,
That's next level shit
okay.
that I ain't gonna do.
Man, that's nothing that I am gonna go with because man, I'm gonna tell you now. No matter what do they tell you about fucking with the the brain fluid and the spinal fluid up by an animal and shit? Even you fuck up a head and bite too hard and that shit squirts out. And I'm just letting you know. Do not be fucking with all that brain fluid, motherfuckers.
I'm not fucking with it. I'm just saying I have a buddy. This isn't like,
Yeah.
hey, I have a buddy that he burns when he pees. This isn't that kind of story.
He's a friend of mine you've never met. I know
Yeah,
this
this
town's
isn't that
small,
kind of
but you've
story.
never met.
This is a real person. But like
Oh,
as a hunter, you would never take the shots that they take to eradicate the wild goats or the wild cougars or mountain lions or wolves or whatever. You would never take a shot. If an animal was running, fuck. If an animal was moving, if it was just walking, you would not take that shot as a hunter
yeah,
because
you
it's
got that.
unethical. It's unethical to take that shot because you don't know where the animal is going to be by the time The projectiles
That
got there.
it gets there because the sound will get there. Yep. I tell people that. I tell them, and they're like, "Oh yeah." I'm like, "Okay," but then here's the ass kicker, because I've had to do it because I've been hunting. Where all of a sudden, oops, you didn't get that motherfucker right, and then you got to go and hunt that motherfucker. That's why it's called hunting. So everybody thinks you're just sitting up there. No, if you fuck this motherfucker up enough that they
Yep.
still have to walk away, you have to go hunt that motherfucker down. And not only once you get there and you do it, all right, then what? Then you got to worry about gutting that motherfucker thing, because so
Yep.
then you got to
Yep.
get rid of
Yep.
some bears or whatever. The wolves don't follow you. Then you got to tie it up just right, because then what do you got to do? Lug that motherfucker back up over a ravine, down another crevice, up
Because
over
that's
this fucking
exactly where they
weird.
run when they're wounded. They run to the worst place in the woods for people.
Yes, you're like, there's sticker bushes out over here. What the fuck? I've never seen these before. And that fucking big ass elk or whatever the fuck you shot is sitting right in the middle of that shit, and you don't know how. And again, you still got to go out there and get there, because
And, and
you've
that's
already been 4 miles up and down.
and that's the thing, if you've never been hunting or not a hunter, that's the thing about hunters you don't understand is like we don't want the animal to suffer.
Nope.
We do not want that at all. Mostly because it's selfish. Like we don't want to hunt this motherfucker down after he ran 3 miles, and we have to
Yeah.
follow his blood. But another reason is we don't want to lose the meat, and another reason is
Mhm.
because we genuinely cherish these animals. We want there to be these animals for us to go shoot. you know, and
Yeah.
and
We
that's
want them to go and flourish, sow their
exactly
seed. You
exactly.
know.
But
Hmm.
this has been our bi-weekly foray into my hunting experiences. Because if you can't tell, I've definitely uh, fully embraced life here in the rural Midwest.
Yeah. Yes, you
Uh,
have. You
old
have.
old
You
Lou
have.
were talking and I were talking about the insides of my truck before the podcast started, and how different it
That's
would look
cool.
if I were back home in San Francisco.
I like it. He's like, yeah, you open up my truck now. There's a fucking, there's shells, shotgun shells all over the place. You can,
And not spent shells,
yeah, not spent, just ready to be shot
ready to be inserted into a weapon.
with the quickness, with the
You
quickness.
never know
He
when
was
you have to step outside your truck and shoot like a goose.
shoot something. Yes, you can to put it down, or you know, it might be out of season, but that big motherfucker might just be right there, and yeah, you might take that. I've always talked about that. Watching that one time. Oh man, because the a lot of the animals know that fucking time of season. I mean, they just know. And then when they know it's not fucking hunting season, all of a sudden, how the hell do you see a 7 point fucking buck sitting way out in the middle of this field while motherfuckers are driving down this highway like in fucking Idaho? Like,
Yeah.
all of a sudden you just see cars slamming on their brakes, pulling over, people reaching back, grabbing their shit, you know. And then you got people, there'd be people like even my grandfather that would like, oh no, would drive in because he was the real hunt. Like if it's not hunting season, you don't touch that motherfucker, right? So
Yeah.
he'd
Yeah.
go in and call, and do things like that. But I'm just saying, like there are motherfuckers that
Oh, they're shitty
not that
people for
that's one
sure.
of the reasons. Yeah, I'm not saying that that's the reason that they have all those shotgun shells, and bullets, and all these rounds sitting in their car rolling around. I'm just saying, hey, sometimes you might be pulling off to the side. The times are tough, and you have any, and you see that buck, hey, slam on the brakes and go get you one. God damn
Well,
it.
I'll tell you my reasons. I can't vouch for everybody else's reasons.
Right,
Two
right.
reasons. Two reasons. Number one is to fit in.
Okay.
So like when your buddy gets in your truck and
Yeah.
if there's no shotgun shells, he looks at you a little weird.
Yeah. Are you
And
running
no,
heroin, motherfucker? You're supposed to have
but
shit on your shit.
number two is The best place often to find a bird is in a ditch by the road because there's long
Yeah.
grass that they can sit in, and
Sit
then they
in,
come
then there's a
out.
little pool of water that even
Yeah.
goes down into that embankment. Oh, yes.
And
Yes.
so when you're driving and you see a bird run across the road, you get out because it's not illegal to shoot it while you're standing in a highway or country road or wherever. That's why I do it.
As long as you're on the country road, you shoot that mother. Now, if you're in the field, fuck you. You know, But if you're on the country road, you can shoot.
You can shoot it from any road.
Oh, foul, right? So foul is all year round, or
No, uh, there's only one bird in season right now, and that's pheasants, and their season ends, I believe, on the 20th.
oh, right quick. Yeah. Oh
Um,
shit! On fucking inauguration day.
yeah,
On the
let's talk a little
20th.
bit about that. We talk about hunting way too much on the show. For,
So
I don't
let's talk about politics.
just know that I have embraced life as a
Right,
rural
right, right.
person, and my
Uh,
city
uh,
slicker friend over here
oh,
can
oh,
take
oh,
my
oh.
guns from my cold dead hands.
Hey, hey, come on now. What do I always say now? I know California is very big on it. Now, come on. Oh, you know there's
I'm
motherfuckers out
quoting,
there.
ladies and gentlemen, of course. Uh, but uh, today, it's been reported that
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump
Mm-hmm.
called the Georgia
Keep
governor
going. Yes. Yes.
to tell him to find him 11,000 votes.
Exactly. Like,
And
how could that happen?
well, first of all, it ain't gonna fucking help them, even if they do.
Right.
Secondly, this is the thing that I'm having trouble understanding about what's going on. I mean, I see it in one
Mm-hmm.
hand. So, like, there's a power vacuum right now in the Republican Party, right?
That there
So,
is. Right.
there's a couple different types of people who are Republicans who are looking to fill that vacuum. It's like you go in and you take out Freeway Ricky Ross from LA. Now all of a sudden you got a gang war.
True,
So
because they
they
are
took
standing up
they
to
took
him.
out Freeway Ricky, aka Trump, and now we've
Right.
got the rolling 88s and the Clips and the Crips and the Bloods fighting it out. Some people like this fucking jackass from Missouri, I think, uh,
Right.
Howley, Howley,
Yeah. Howley.
who says I
Yeah.
won't certify this election. So we got people like this motherfucker who are
And
trying to
not
be
only him.
more
Right. But
Trump
what about
than Trump.
uh-huh.
You're right. So
Right.
there's a faction. There's a bunch of people jockeying to be who can be more Trump than Trump. And I have bad
Right.
news for them. Nobody can. There's one Trump.
No.
You know, these
No.
guys are like, they're the band that, like, what's the, they're like Boston. Remember the rock band Boston? They just fucking
Right.
took all the songs that Journey didn't want to record. Like, you can't
Oh,
be as big as
yeah.
fucking Journey. But
Right.
Boston was like one of those wannabe arena bands that played all Journey like songs that they didn't want to record. And that's what these guys like
Exactly.
fucking Howley and uh, uh, all these states that are suing uh, whoever, like Pennsylvania.
Texas, yeah, Texas is coming out saying, "Hey, I'm going to sue you because I didn't like the way you ran your shit," and all of this. I
Exactly.
mean, and then
Exactly.
I
My
mean,
state of South Dakota signed on to that lawsuit.
oh man, I tell you,
Meanwhile, our attorney
yeah,
general killed someone this year, and
yeah, yeah.
he's the one leading the charge. He killed
Hmm.
a
Hmm.
person this year,
Yeah. Oh,
and
but he
he's
thought
still
he hit a
free.
deer. Hmm.
I
Hmm.
thought I hit a deer. My car was so fucked up that I had to call the sheriff the next day to tow it.
Yeah.
And
And
then
again, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, I was
the
going to
next day
say hitting
because
a
he was at
person.
a party.
Yeah, I was going to say hitting a deer and a person both
Not the
fuck up
same
a
thing.
goddamn car. It's not the same thing, but they both fuck up a car, but not as bad as one or the other. That's why you sit there and go, wait a minute, motherfucker. But yes, I mean, all of that. And see, here's one of my other questions of all of this that's going on, because they know that it's not supposed to become anything and this and that and blah blah blah. But I'm like, and what's this the phrase or the phrase or whatever has been going around, and I think it is true. It's a bloodless coup. I mean, it really the fuck is, because you're sitting there going, wait a minute.
I disagree.
We know the laws. We know what needs to be done, but you're sitting there calling people up and asking them to overturn an election that's been certified in all of that.
Yeah.
I know.
Yo,
I mean, I'm just sitting there going, wait a minute. Uh huh. Go on.
you can finish your thought.
Grab my Irish pride. I was saying, if you're going in there and you're asking somebody, hey, I need you to find me 11,000 votes. I need you to do this. You need to overthrow this. This wasn't this. And I've gone through the whole fucking, law. I've put up over 50 fucking court appearances, this and that, and I failed. So I still need you to go and do this, and I need you to stand up and just say this is wrong. And even though everybody's saying it's right, I need you to go and do this. And so if you can say no to these votes and say no, let's go with me, then everything's okay. I mean, isn't that a coup? Isn't that?
It's a coup if the governor says yes, and then everyone else says yes. But
an attempted coup.
Is saying yes.
The senators are.
This isn't an attempted coup. There's no bodies in the fucking streets, right? There's the military isn't marching on DC right now.
Bloodless. That's what I'm saying. There's
no
bloodless
such
coup.
thing as a bloodless fucking coup. Coups are when people get fucking executed.
Coups are
when they take you into the jungle and kill you with machetes.
As I'm saying, bloodless. It goes a different way, but hey, it's still not. They're still trying to push it and overturn and say no to this, and they got all these motherfuckers on. But you don't see it that way. I mean, I still see it as like a futile attempt. But
that's how I see it. It's a futile attempt, right? So in 2016, what did the Democrats say when Trump won? The election was hacked.
It was hacked. It was rigged.
It was rigged. And
right.
Trump said the same thing in 2020 when he won.
Man, I've said that before. Yes.
Okay, so this is a fucking crybaby loser.
And told you if he loses, it was rigged.
He's the kid who kicks the ball over the fence when he loses, so that no one else can play. Yeah, and walks off, so no one else can play. We all knew who we all elected back in 2016 was a fucking crybaby fucking loser.
And we went with it. We had to roll with it.
It's like Steph gonna Steph, like he's doing what he do.
And that's the whole thing. But the thing is too, for us when we keep watching it, like the people that you see that hold the levers and like, oh, okay, this motherfucker really stepped up finally and said, no, this shit didn't go on. This motherfucker stepped up and said, hey, and then all of a sudden, the people that were following, like the Republicans, all of a sudden, oh no, that's not a real Republican. He's a lying and da 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 da. I'm just like, but wait a minute, this motherfucker never. This is the only time he supposedly went against his boy.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? And that's when I'm
an asshole and a liar for the last 4 years, and now all of a sudden we should listen to him.
Oh, that's great. That's another one. Yeah, lying Ted. He's gonna go run for me. Wait a minute. And it's just like you look around. You're like, dude, come on. And then Barr stands up and says, "Hey, there's nothing wrong." And now Barr's wrong. Like, wait a minute. Like, isn't that who we're supposed to be listening to? Like,
so here's the thing about all of these people who are posturing. This is just posturing, right? I disagree that this is a attempted coup, a bloodless coup, whatever kind of chicken coup. I don't think that it's that at all. Trump is a sore loser, and that's what he's doing. But these other motherfuckers like Howley and these governors who want to sue Pennsylvania or whatever, these guys are doing things that have no consequence for them. There's no consequence if they say the election was rigged or I won't certify it. There's no political
Right.
consequence for these motherfuckers.
At
These
this point,
people are acting like fucking traitors, and there's no consequence for them. So why wouldn't they say it? Because that gets them their base riled up. Like, oh
base,
well,
all that.
we're Texans, and keep your California bullshit away from us. We're invading you, motherfuckers. I give you fucking 8 years until you're purple.
Mm, damn. Ooh, I can see that. I can see that. And I think Trump is saying what he said he would do was destroy the Republican Party, by running for is that what he said? By running for it or whatever if he could. I forget how he said it.
Yeah,
But
I don't.
and that
I
was
don't.
years and years ago. I know it wasn't like he, it just seems like it all came to pass like, well, goddamn, because there is a big fraction in that party just as well as in the Democratic Party. I mean, let's
Yeah,
not bullshit. I mean, Pelosi, I don't know if that heifer fucking made it through yet today because they were voting. I don't fucking know, but I know for a fact that heifer's having some trouble
did
even
you see her
scoochie-douching
house
through
was
her.
vandalized?
Yeah, I saw that, but all Mitch's
Give
was
It
too.
said
Yeah,
give us everything on her garage.
yes, yes.
Give
I
us
mean,
everything.
oh God, I'm glad we're talking about it because yes, yes. Who do you think wrote that though? That's my question. Because I turned to my wife and said, "Who do you think wrote that? Do you think that was a Democrat or pissed off Republican?" Because remember, our president said, "No, give them $2,000 and fuck Mitch McConnell for not doing it." I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Hey, man. I've been saying that like I sound like a Trump supporter right now. Like
Yeah,
in my
yes,
family is so sick of me saying Trump is fucking right. What Trump? He's not right. We should be sending people $5,000 or $6,000 or $12,000, whatever it takes to get these people back on their feet.
right. That's what
You know,
we've said it. Yes, yes, yes. Fuck the companies, because again, who if you give
how
me
many
the money, I'm
bailouts
gonna
do we
go.
need?
Yeah,
How many bailouts do we
exactly.
need? But the funny thing about oh, I lost your audio, or did I lose audio?
Wait a minute. Oh,
Okay, there you are. Can you hear me? I can hear you.
no, my earphones went out. God
I
damn
can
it.
hear you. I can hear you. If you're watching on
Oh,
YouTube, this is really funny.
well, I was trying to turn it up. Yeah. So now I got to get all close to the phone so you can hear.
No, I can hear you anyway. Put your earphones back in.
Yeah, I know, but I got to get up close because I can't hear you
The
because
thing,
how. I, yeah, my
ladies
fucking
and
shit. I
gentlemen,
know.
I have the posture
uh,
a 7-year-old kid in Target that you just told him that you wouldn't buy the video game that he really wants.
oh, sorry about that. Say that one more time. It cut out. You know how
No,
bad this shit is.
that was for the listeners. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Oldu.
All
Uh,
right.
all I see is your ear. Just fix your shit, and I'll just keep ranting and raving.
Right, right. Well, now it should come up better now.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. See, no, I think the only problem for me is me trying to hear you. That's all that is.
Oh,
Yeah. That. I know. So now you start saying all the shit I can't. Yeah. I know. That's what's so.
where's your earphones?
What's that?
Your earphones.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, everybody, we are back, and I'm not looking at Olu's ear anymore. I don't remember what the fuck we were talking about. I had a really important point to make about
It
this
was
whole
about.
Trump reelection thing. But, I mean, the takeaways for me are that number
Mhm.
one is that Biden isn't being. I like all the things that he's doing so far, but he's being a very what's the term? Mainstream Democrat. Like basically, he's picking people from Obama's administration, which we all know because of Obama, we got Trump.
Yes, yes, yes. And
You know,
even I saw when he was going down that route, I said once he picked Kamala, I said then he needs to really start going a different route. Don't go grab somebody from Obama, this and that, because it's not going to work. They're not going to really let these people get through, and then you're going to end up trying to do the bullshit that Trump did, which was he never really pushed anybody through the Senate. He just said, "I'm going to make you acting." And that's how you
yeah.
get around that. And that's not what we need. You know, I mean, I wasn't even too happy with his pick for, is it defense secretary, the general, or is that
Yeah,
secretary of
well,
state?
that shit's fucked up too. Defense
Yeah.
secretary should never be a military person.
No. And he has to go ask for a whatever, whatever, ask him to say, hey, it hasn't been 5 years.
Yeah,
Could you please just let this go, like they did for Trump? And I even said, I said, they really don't want to do that. And if you don't think they're gonna, give a shit that this is the first black person that you're putting up for this fucking office, that they won't shut them down. Well, guess what? I mean, they will. They
here's the
will.
thing.
You
Here's
need.
the thing about that
Mhm.
is that white people have been called racist all year long. The
Right.
entire year
So
of 2020, we were called racist. So, like, what's new?
that's what I'm saying. Hey,
You've
what
got
do
a
you
bunch
what
of
do you
white
think? Yeah,
dudes and white ladies.
they're not going to give
What
a
are they going
fuck.
to
They're
do?
not going to give a shit. They don't give a shit.
Racist.
It's been happening. Yeah,
And that's the
yeah.
thing
They're
about calling people who aren't racist is that you have weakened the word. The word doesn't mean
yeah.
what it should mean. The word should
Not
mean
a goddamn thing
motherfuckers
anymore.
who really don't like Jews, black people, Hispanics, whatever, and would, you know, do physical or mental harm to them or whatever. Those motherfuckers are
Mhm.
racist. But now you call someone who, you know,
Who,
quotes
who doesn't want the
quotes
$2,000?
quotes rap lyrics. Remember that girl that was brought up on stage by who the fuck was that? And he was singing the song, and my song is my N word, my N word, my N word. And she's singing it. He tells her, sing along with me. That's what she's saying. And then he's like, oh, wait, you're white. You can't say that word anymore. And the whole stadium booed her. Like, if I
Oh
can't sing
man,
along to Tupac, man,
that's
you
bullshit.
motherfuckers better step the fuck off me.
Yeah. hmm Now we all know that's bullshit. That's bullshit. I mean, if you're gonna put that fucking, and we've said that before, it's in the fucking music, it's in the lyric. You sitting there going to it.
Yeah.
How the fuck you gonna tell me?
Exactly.
Mm-mm,
Remember
mm-mm,
Tupac?
mm-mm,
He was interviewed by Tabitha Sorn, and he told her,
mm-hmm.
say no with a Z. It's not
Yes.
R, it's Z.
Uh.
And she's
Yeah.
saying it. He's
It's.
like saying it. She's saying it. Tabitha Sorn is
Hey,
whiter than anybody in the world.
thank you. But then again, like you hit it on the point.
Her name is Tabitha.
If
Yeah, yeah.
Tupac, if Tupac is telling you how to enunciate the motherfucker, what do you think? I mean, come on, right?
Dude,
I mean, what do
dude,
you think?
dude. I don't know about the rest of you listeners, people in
Mm.
the ether, but I live my life by Tupac. What did Tupac say? Because that's what I'm gonna go with. Other than
Keep your
some
head up.
fucking
God damn
dipshit.
it.
That's right. Picture me rolling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That motherfuckers put the Z on it, and if nobody picked up on that. Nobody rolled with that like they should have. Like they really should have. I mean, and now they want to try and hey, you can't do this, you can't say that. It's like, motherfucker. I mean, when I walk out the house and I'm going into the store, and
It
there's
was
nothing
my
but four
fucking
little.
boy. Oh my gosh!
Who was it?
It was Kendrick Lamar. I didn't want to say it out of turn.
Oh, but he was the one that said it.
Oh, that makes me
He's the
really
one that
angry.
was saying put the Z on it. All right, all right.
No, he
Well,
said you can't say that word. He pulled her onto stage, and they're saying, his
Oh,
song, what's the song that they were singing?
oh, that's totally wrong. That's totally wrong. I mean, if you're gonna put that goddamn shit out, you're gonna make money off of it.
If you pull somebody,
Oh, it's a
so
beautiful. I mean, it's
really,
shitty weather.
we never really ended our conversation on the election.
Mm,
Uh, the one thing that I think that we both feel like is that both parties are facing a crisis of conscience, and nobody has a
mm-hmm.
conscience because they're all fucking crooks. So they're
Yes.
sticking their fingers in their assholes, and then in the wind, which way is it blowing?
Mm-hmm.
And I think I mean, we've talked about it on the podcast for fucking years, dude. Like,
Mm.
we need another party to represent the majority of Americans. The
Yes.
majority of
Yes.
Americans, they don't want to go bomb fucking brown people. They don't think
Nope.
cops should be killing people. We think we should be able
Nope.
to fucking smoke weed and stop
Mm.
telling me to
Every
wear a
day, all
fucking
day, any
seatbelt.
day. Mm-hmm. 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 There ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Just something nice and easy that'll pull all of us together. See, that's what we mainly are talking about, is pulling us together. We talked about it early on in this
Yes,
podcast
yes.
about how about it, the point was missed all the way through this when we got let out, blah, 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 whenever. Nobody has yet pulled us together. Now, my boy Josh and I, hey, shit, we pull each other together. We pull all, but our voice and our message ain't gonna get out there because motherfuckers ain't gonna like half the shit. So we need the motherfuckers, that the third party that pulls them, all of us together. I mean,
Well,
all of it. I mean, like you said, from hey, I don't want the police to go anywhere. I want to be able to call somebody at 911 and all that. But then again, I don't think motherfucker, should have, whatever, get his throat fucking, crushed, whatever. I mean, most people are like that. Most people in America are like that. And like you said, white America doesn't want to be called racist just because they don't like, what somebody says that we should vote for. I mean, come on, that's
yeah,
what we're all about. Am I correct?
yeah.
I mean,
No,
we're
you
not
are.
supposed to agree. Yeah, I don't even agree not half the time, but I don't even agree with everything that my wife says. I mean, and she doesn't agree with me, and that goes with you. I mean, everybody's like, hey, but it's the goddamn fucking truth. I mean,
I agree
that's
with
the whole
everything my
thing.
wife says. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're welcome.
It's okay. I'm going down with the ship. God damn it, I'm going down. But it's the goddamn truth. I mean, you know it. And, we need to start to realize that. And again, what we've even said for years and years and years about politics, it's not getting all of what you want. It's actually about, a give and take. That's what politics is about.
Yeah.
And both sides, all sides have run away from that. I mean, we
Well,
have.
it's like we said at the beginning of the podcast, like, a disease that no one controls has become a
Mm,
political tool for,
yeah.
imprisoning people in their houses, or for anti-vaxxers to say it's fucking fake, that they're injecting whatever. And I've actually say I can't go down that rabbit hole. I
Oh,
only have so many hours in
oh,
my day.
oh my God,
Or,
yeah. Oh,
you
oh,
know, we need freedom. Like, if you tell me to wear a mask, you're infringing on my fucking freedom.
oh, I know. Oh my God, I know.
When in reality, it should just be like, hey, look, your fellow Americans need your help. They need your
Mm.
help. There's very simple things you can do. If
What
you
do they
feel
need,
sick, stay
sir?
home.
Please tell. Uh-huh.
They need your help just to stay healthy. So if you feel sick, stay home. Wash your hands.
Oh,
If you're in
I
public
can't
and you
make it into
can't
work today.
socially distance, wear a fucking mask.
Ooh, ooh, stay away from me. Oh, I got that. Stay over there. I got that. I can do that for you. I can. What cracks me up too is not cracks me up, but like you were saying, like you go through all those steps and you say, okay, you got the people that says, well, I don't want to take the vaccine. And it's almost like, well, okay, you don't want to take the vaccine. You got to wear the mask. And then they say, well, you can't infringe. It's like, look. It's not that we're infringing, it's that you're infringing. If you don't want to take the vaccine, I'm saying you don't have to, but you have to wear something in public so that you don't catch it and then run up the hundreds of thousands of dollars that it costs for me to put you to the hospital, or you catch it, or you pass it on to someone. So hey,
Yeah.
that's all I'm saying. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that point of view of like going with it. Like look, fuck it. You don't want to take it, fine, but you got to wear the mask. I mean, I think walking into a bank, take a mask off. I think you should start making appointments to go into a bank, in federal buildings and things of that nature. Fuck it. Make it that much fucking harder. Fuck it then. Because you want people to walk into a bank with no mask on. I mean,
I disagree.
right?
I disagree.
So
No,
you
I
don't think
disagree.
they should be,
Here's the
okay.
thing is that speaking of making appointments to get into federal buildings or doing things with the government, these motherfuckers, they don't have aren't shitting silver spoons out their ass. Here's
I'm
the thing.
not.
I am one of those people who owe a lot in taxes because of this last year. Okay, I owe a shit ton of money to the government.
Okay.
And so the government says to me in a letter that I received yesterday, you need to fucking pay us right the fuck now.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's usually how the
so guess
government
what?
feels.
Guess what? I go to their website. Guess what? Their website is down.
Mm.
There is no way to pay them. There's no way to pay them until the middle of January.
No. But do you know how you make your appointments? And I know we've talked, like you just said, about appointments, but appointments come with that you have your card that says I got my shot. And that's the only way you can get into those places. Now, at this point in time, you'd have to grandfather some shit in with you. That's for damn sure. I mean, because right now, if you implement that right now, yeah, that's going to fucking suck. So you have to put the fucking long shot down the way. Like by this time, if you don't have and cannot produce the documentation that says that you have this or this, then doom. Because if you don't,
so I disagree, and I'll tell you why. Number one is for the first 4 or 5 months of this pandemic, we didn't know who actually had it. You even said you thought you had it. You never got tested.
Right. Yep.
I know a lot of people that had symptoms that the doctors and hospitals said, don't come in.
But they didn't have
just rest. Who knows if they had it? They never got tested because there was no testing back in April or May or whatever.
Right. And what I'm saying is that in order to
those people, how do they show that they have it or not? We don't know.
No, I said you have to get in by taking the shot and be able to produce that I got my shot to go in. If not, then you have to.
I'm going Marky Mark style. I'm full on Marky Mark.
Oh God! But yes,
I even have the glass. He had fake glasses. These glasses are at least real. Like they actually help me look at things.
But do you have Calvins? If you have Calvins, then please stand up.
I only wear Tommy Johns.
Tommy Johns, but look,
no, you've never felt cupping of your testicles until you've wore Tommy Johns boxer brief.
Why nothing but silk, baby? Goddamn, boy, ain't nothing like but silk feeling of them.
I was so happy. I was so happy when I got them for Christmas. Because I was
You've changed from your 10-year-old self. Because if you got draws at 10 years old, you'd been like, motherfucker, and kicked it across the room. Like, fuck this shit. Even if they were Tommy.
The thing is that was the only thing I asked for Christmas.
Was draws?
I said, I don't need anything except for underwear. I don't need
it. Except for underoos?
Yeah, that's what we call them at the Citrus House, underoos. But so this is the thing. Back instead of making fun of my underwear choices, is that nobody should be forced to take a vaccine, and nobody should be forced to how do I put this? Because it's not curb their
Uh-huh.
behavior, because I think people should be forced to curb their behavior if it's dangerous to people. But I
And
don't think that
wouldn't that be not getting it though? I mean, I'm
I'm
just
taking my
saying to
Marky
go
Mark hat
into.
off because I'm confused now, because
I,
I see your point,
I,
but I
I'm
also
just.
think
Uh-huh.
like
Uh-huh.
that like if so in France, for example, there was a court case where women
Voulez-vous?
who were is practitioners
Oh,
of
the burger.
Islam, and they had
Right,
to
right,
take
right, right.
their head covering off for pictures of for the driver's license. And when I saw that, I was like, I agree with that, because we need to be able to see your
Hmm.
fucking face, right? But now we're talking about the opposite thing where we cover up your face. I
Hmm.
don't know, like I feel weird about telling someone, "Hey man, you need to mask up or like step away from me." Like I would never tell another person that. You know why? Because I'm taking my precautions. And if I don't know
Right,
you, I'm wearing a mask. If I'm in public, I'm wearing a mask because
right.
I'm trying to protect myself, but also other
Hmm.
people around me. But if you don't want to do that, okay, that's fine. The consequences are yours, you know, or the people
But
you come in contact with.
right, right, right.
It's
But that's what I'm saying. What if your mask was faulty or blah blah blah? I'm just saying. I mean, there's the other end of it. It's like, look, I
no,
get
I
that
hear
you
it.
don't
I hear
want
you.
to, and it's just like, look, I say there in public because it's public. I mean, hell, I still think that motherfuckers should be able to fucking smoke a cigarette in their own fucking apartment, and they've
Yeah,
taken that shit away here. You
as
know,
long as their apartment is not next to my apartment
right, right,
because
right.
I
I
have
mean, and
kids.
then that. Then you go with all of that, and then and
It's
I
a
feel,
complicated issue, dude.
isn't it? That's what I'm saying. It comes to a point where you're just like, well, because they were going to do it here. You know, I'm not trying to go down that rabbit hole. I'm just saying they were going to do it here, but of course, you know, pot smoking was not part of it. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
it's just hard
Well,
because I
they
understand you're
banned
saying,
fucking vaping in California.
yeah, cigarette, not bud.
Yeah, but they sell cigarettes in California.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I know. There's a whole lot of crazy shit that goes on.
And so
That fucking doesn't
the
make
company
any fucking sense.
that makes our favorite vaporizers
Right.
is a company that was founded in San Francisco that has now moved to Texas
A lot of
to
companies
get
are
the
doing that.
fuck away from them.
On everything. On everything. I mean, even for me, I keep looking at my wife sometimes, and the only reason that's getting us to be chased out of California really is a property tax. I mean, that shit is like putting your fucking ball sack on a fucking wooden stool, and they take a rusty nail and slam it through both of your fucking nuts. You know, I mean,
I don't understand how you can do it. I know the
yeah,
property tax that you pay, and I know the property
yeah,
tax I pay, and I don't
yeah.
understand why you aren't a raving lunatic who's like got pipe bombs strapped to himself.
Just it's a piss me
They're
off.
they're
I mean, you just
stealing they're
yeah,
stealing money from your kids. They're
yes,
stealing money from
fully,
your oldest is going to college, and she's saying to you, "I need money
yeah,
for
yeah,
college,"
yeah.
and
And
your
what's funny
response
too,
is, "Go get a job," because
go
the
get a job,
government
and
has stolen all of my money.
it's not only stolen and you
You're a
get taken away on the property tax, but they look at your fucking house. For some schools, they look at your house as fucking equity, and you're like, wait a minute, motherfucker. I'm
so
not looking to
they can take
that.
that too. They can
Yes, and you're
take
just like,
that too.
I look at people, I'm like, wait a minute, and you know, I try and tell, as you know, and I try and tell the younger ones that have kids that are young. I look at them, I'm like, look, motherfuckers, they're coming for you. You want to put this away for this for college and this, yeah, that's fine. But then when you're putting, then all of a sudden you don't realize they go, all right, let's look at the shit that you put away for your retirement, and
Yeah.
that's going to count against you. That's going to count against
Yep.
you. That, and you're like,
Yep.
wait a minute, how the fuck? Wait, my house is counting against me because I don't plan on selling it. The shit is like, you're like, the fuck. Oh yeah, yeah.
This is the
Mm,
thing is that what I predict is going to happen between in the next 10 years, 12 years, when
okay.
my kids start going to college, is that college is going to be 100% bullshit. And if you went to college, people are going to punch you because either
Oof.
you're
Oof.
too rich or you're so dumb.
Yeah,
Because
something,
everything you want to learn, you can go to fucking YouTube. You can come to the website that we are streaming this on,
dude,
and you can learn
dude.
anything you want. Here's
Bro,
the
we
most.
was sitting here. I'm gonna tell you right now, YouTube. I'm gonna tell you, I was sitting here right here fucking today, and I'm looking at my goddamn key fob. Like, oh, and my wife's like, "Hey, we need the battery's going low." So I look on the back of it. I have to fiddle around with it. It's like a fucking Tomb Raider goddamn thing. You gotta slide this thing here, and it pops open, and there's a fucking key. Like at first, I was like, what the fuck is this long thing? Like I thought, yeah, like a monkey. What the fuck? Like, oh, this is the key when the key
Dude,
fob
I'm
fucking
dying.
goes out. And I'm like, you can go there. And then all of a sudden I'm looking around like, how the fuck do I get to the battery? And then I go
Dude,
and I'm like, I look at my wife and I'm like, I guess I gotta call him tomorrow. She's like, Google it. I'm like all of a sudden these fucking big ass jackass ears came out of my fucking head. And I started going, hee-haw, hee-haw. I fucking typed in the year of my car, all of this shit. The motherfucker showed us everything. Like, even how to get to where the
hey,
fucking
Bell.
battery, the fucking
Yes,
thing for the
you went
battery,
poop.
you have to use like you're doing, like you're trying to open up fucking a pistachio shell. You know how you take another shell and you crack it open to open the whole fucking thing? That's how it
Yeah,
showed you. You pop in, boom, there's the
dude.
battery.
Dude, I did the
But
exact fucking same thing for my. I was like, how the fuck do you open this thing? How in the
yeah,
fuck? And you spend 10 minutes going, fuck, fuck, fuck this.
right. And I got my wife
My
looking at
my
me
dog,
going,
my
don't
dog
pull too
is
hard.
very well.
Every time you pull too hard, you break shit. Like all of a sudden I can't get into something. All of a sudden you hear crack. And my wife always looks at me like, you pulled on it. You shouldn't have done this. I'm like, okay. So every time I got to go into like little delicate shit like that, she's like, Google it. Like that's what I tell my kids. When my kids ask me something now, and I've been doing this for years actually. Daddy, how do you do? Google it. And then I just walk away because I mean, we used to have to look in an encyclopedia, all them books. Now it's just Google. And then, like when my wife said it, I mean, really, it was like when we talked about Bugs Bunny earlier today. I
Yeah.
looked like a big ass sucker. It was just like, no shit, Google it. The fuck is wrong with me? And I
A
Google
lot.
it, and they, yeah, well, that's true. Google it. Next thing I know, we even have the batteries downstairs. I was like, holy fucking shit, yay.
That's funny.
So, moral of the story is Google it, goddammit. You don't know how to do it? Google it. Unhook a bra. Well, that's your own problem, man. But you can Google it, but I'm sure. But yes, Google whatever the fuck you
No,
can,
Daxel, I am
goddamn.
not.
It's right there for
That,
you. You know what? That's what you should do right now. Not right now, but for future podcasts, you have a
no
sign right up
technology.
outside your door, and you say Google it.
The thing,
That's how you
what I
ask
do
when they
is I
walk up.
just lie to my kids. They're
For
asking me
now, that works.
about like, was it Jupiter or something? And
Right.
I was like, hey guys, you only go to Jupiter to get more stupider.
And walk away like mic drop. That's a mic drop for you kids.
Today, today, my kid, I was a little impatient with him today, and I yelled at him a little too much,
Uh-huh.
and we had kind of had a conversation about that, and then I was listening to a podcast, and one of the hosts on the podcast was just going on a rant like I like to do, and he was
Right.
calling Donald Trump a pathetic motherfucker and a criminal, and then my kid immediately says that, right? He's immediately
Yes.
pathetic motherfucker, and
Yes.
you're a criminal. And then he's like, who did he just call a
Dun,
criminal?
dun,
And I
dun,
was,
dun, 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 dun.
yeah,
Michael Jackson son. Pathetic and you're a criminal. Dun, 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 dun,
the
dun,
thing
dun.
about that song is, and I don't know if it's wrong to say this, is that the Alien Ant Farm version of that song is better than Michael Jackson's version.
Yeah, hey, you can say it. Say ain't no wrong with that.
It doesn't make me racist
I agree with you.
to make me to think that a white
Racist.
straight edge band, because they're like the most opposite thing from Michael Jackson. I think
Okay. Yeah, I
they're
got
straight
you.
edge,
I got you.
white straight edge, shaved heads. You know, they probably hang out with skinheads sometimes, but I think their version of Smooth Criminal
But
is
only on
better than Michael
Tuesdays.
Jackson's.
Yeah, that's it. Well, yeah.
But I also have this weird thing, dude, where I believe that no one should ever cover a Beatles song.
Mm, that's right. You've said that many a times, and we've disagreed on that. Are you sure, man? I don't know, man.
I can't think of one song that was done within a tiny smidgen of enjoyment for the listener compared with the original
What?
Beatles song.
Oh, well, what about the movie? Who did Bang Bang
Yeah, no. What was it called?
Metal Hammer
I
came down? I thought that was a good one.
Are we talking about the movie with the Indian guy who grew up in a world without the Beatles, and then he
Yeah, no,
played all
no.
their
I'm
songs?
talking about Sergeant Pepper's, the movie back in from the '70s with the Bee Gees and
Yeah,
all that.
no, I think they should be shot in front of their
You,
families.
you think that one? You-
There is no song ever in
not
the
one.
history of the
Mm,
world who has been recorded by any. And this is the thing, is that these are talented artists, right? The
mm,
Bee Gees, Earth,
yeah,
Wind and Fire,
yeah.
uh, so many,
Well,
and not one.
who did the Silver Hammer come down upon his head? Who did that one in?
Maxwell Silverhammer?
in yeah,
I don't know.
who
I've
did
never
that
heard
one
of
in
him.
the movie? I thought that
I
the
don't
one
know.
that did it in the movie was pretty good. I thought, and I don't. It wasn't who because I keep who just flies in just because of Tommy, which was a damn good movie. Damn good.
Was it? What was the movie? What was the movie called?
So, wasn't it Sergeant Pepper's?
Yeah, with the Bee Gees.
Wasn't it, or did they do a whole different one?
Steve Martin apparently did it, according to
Oh well,
my
goddamn
Google
it.
search.
Hmm. It wasn't the Bee Gees, but I thought they were in the same freaking movie. Couldn't have been young.
Man, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Googled
yeah,
it,
yeah.
and you were just telling everybody Google it. I just Googled it.
Google it. And there's no wasn't there Sergeant Pepper's? There was a
Yeah,
movie for Sergeant Pepper's.
yeah, it was by the fucking Beatles.
Ah,
Sergeant Pepper's was a fucking animated movie
no, I thought that was Yellow Submarine.
that's on fucking Sergeant Pepper's.
This Irish coffee is delicious. Sounds like it
So
took me off.
either one of us could be very
There's something
wrong.
that I'm gonna come. We'll find it. We'll find it. We'll find it. Damn it. It's out there. They did something in the '70s. It
The
had
Beatles
some
had broken up by the fucking 70s.
No, I know
John,
they did, but there was a show with. Oh my god! And the motherfucker looked like Leif Garrett that was in the fucking movie with them. Oh my
Leif
god!
Garrett? Holy shit. Are we talking
No,
Airwolf? He was in Airwolf, right? Leif Garrett?
no, wasn't that Vance? Whatever his name is. No, Leif Garrett was the one that everybody loved in the '70s. All right. Wasn't, oh my God. See, ladies and gentlemen, somebody's screaming this right now in their car.
Oh, no,
That's
I
got to,
guarantee you that pretty much everyone is screaming at us right now.
I bet. Did the
I
Bee
can't.
Gees do Sergeant Pepper's? See
No,
what?
they did not.
According to Wikipedia, it was released in July 1978 as a soundtrack to the film
1978.
SGT.
Look at
Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club
1978.
Band, which starred the Bee Gees, Peter Frampton, and Steve Martin.
Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts.
Peter fucking
Peter
Frampton?
Frampton? Yeah, I told you there was a fucking movie that something that had that. It was like a whole
So,
fucking shit.
We need to correct a
Yeah.
lot of things right now. And ladies
Okay.
and gentlemen,
But it was
please
Sergeant Pepper's.
accept my extreme apologies. Number one, Yellow Submarine is an album by the Beatles, which
Okay.
features the song Yellow Submarine and one of their more
Yep.
famous songs, All You Need Is Love.
All you need is love. Yep.
All
She
together
love.
now.
Mm-hmm. You're making
Garrett?
corrections. Leif Garrett, was he in there? I said it looked like he was in it.
Leif
78.
Garrett is an American
Oh,
singer.
Jesus. Sweet Jesus. No? Come on, sweet Jesus. I was there.
That's right. He was a teen idol, and then he got hooked on drugs. And
oh, that's right. So wait, it was just the Bee Gees. No, who is that fucking next to him? Who was that dude? I'm looking at it right now. And Peter Frampton, Steve George Burns, Alice Cooper was in it. Billy Preston.
Yeah, there's a fucking underrated motherfucking rock genius.
Yes. Hell, the dude that was in fucking Halloween was in it. Holy shit.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we apologize greatly for the last 15 minutes of the show.
Wait, wasn't I right in some of those minutes? So maybe not. Now, if I was right, we can't just
You might have been, but I'm just going to apologize anyway. I do want to end on a note of cinema. So I have tried to watch the Wonder Woman 1984 movie a bunch of times, and no one in my house.
What keeps happening? What keeps happening?
I think that Gal Gadot is probably next to my wife the most beautiful woman who has ever existed.
Okay, good. She's listening. So okay, yeah.
And no, my wife does not listen to this.
I was talking about the other woman, but keep going, you bastard.
Is the second most beautiful woman that I've ever fucking seen. I'm talking, she kills Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
Like,
and
Angelina
strong
Jolie,
too, yes.
Remember in the Avengers when Hulk grabs Loki and smashes him repeatedly on the floor?
Oh, yeah, that's my favorite. Yeah.
That's what Gal Gadot does to Angelina Jolie.
That gets me hot just thinking of that. Just action happened between those two. So thank you. Give me something to think about. Tell you, start my new year off right. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
On how bad she beats Scarlett Johansson's ass.
Okay, we won't.
It's bad. It's bad. Remember?
What? Okay, we won't. We won't.
Okay.
We won't. Cause come on, we won't, man. There'll be nothing but pictures of me throwing shit around. Goddamn it! You fucking with me.
And she's of my tribe. She's a Jew. Therefore, that makes it even better. That
Homer.
makes her more important.
Homer. I'm gonna call you Homer.
Total
Homer. Homer. Isn't that a Jewish name anyway, Homer?
Fuck you. Get it straight. It's fucking Goldberg.
It should be Homerstein, right?
Homer Stein.
Homerberg.
But I cannot get through that fucking movie. It's so
you just go to sleep. Oh my God, really?
No, we all just walk out of the room. Like we turned it on in bed. We're all the family. We have all the cats,
Right.
the dogs in the
Right.
kennel. We're all snuggling, and we all one by one just got up and left the room to do better things.
He said, I have to go wipe my ass. I'll see everybody later. I'm out of here. So wait. All
The
right, wait.
kids would
Here's one of my
rather
questions.
roll down the stairs
They'd
than
rather
watch
do
Wonder Woman.
math. They'd rather do geography. So wait, here's my question. Okay, wait. Now, did you watch it all those years ago on TV?
Oh yeah, it's actually streaming
Okay,
now. I think on like
right.
HBO or Hulu.
Now
Or
my
one of
question
those.
is, with all this, now remember her love interest, right? Now
No, I
remember,
don't.
because remember, it did start out in 1944, and then all of a sudden it did jump to the 80s, to the present day. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm asking, like, I don't know how that fucking happened because I told my wife and she looked at me like, how the fuck is he here? And I'm like, I can't even remember how DC did that shit. But yeah.
I don't remember either.
Right.
But I do know that DC is fucking up. Like they could have their
Mm.
own Marvel universe, and instead they just fucked up
Mm-hmm.
with like these
Mm-hmm.
fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did you make a Joker movie that's that crazy? Do you want families to watch your movies or not? Apparently the answer is we
Exactly.
don't.
They thought they were trying to follow Wolverine and they couldn't. That was the whole thing. That's what I said to my wife. I'm like, they're trying to go this way and they can't because Joker's fucking crazy. And
The
great movie,
is fucking
but
it's a really good movie. I never want to watch it again.
No, I don't.
But
No.
I'll turn on a fucking Avengers or Thor or Hulk movie just to
with
lay
the
down
quickness,
and relax.
with the
I
quickness,
never want to watch that movie again.
No, I don't even want to watch the Justice League, any shit. And to tell you the honest fucking truth, I don't even want to rewatch too many of the old Batman movies. To tell you the fucking truth, I don't. I mean, I'm just kind of like,
I wouldn't let my kids watch those movies.
Yeah,
like
it just doesn't. It just doesn't fly.
Not the campy ones with Michael Keaton and who's the other guy? Those ones are so
DeVito.
Those ones are so stupid that even the kids can't watch them.
Yeah, I mean,
but like the ones with Bateman, Jason,
Affleck, and
Christian Bale.
you talking? Oh, so Christian Bale.
Christian
Yeah.
Bale.
Bloody fuck you.
That's what we need. Tom Cruise and him need to yell at each other.
Oh, they should fucking link that up. Could you imagine they link that up from one side and fuck you? You need to wear your fucking.
If I had loads of time on my hand, I would do it. That would be fucking amazing.
Good for you. Good fuck you.
You're fired. I said that again.
Yeah, exactly. Oh God, you're fired. And you're just looking around like, and I just keep wishing to hear somebody just say what, and just you hear just a scuffle start, like motherfucker throwing shit out the way to get to fucking Tom Cruise or Christian Bale, like the sound guy, like, wait, what? Oh, well, fuck this shit, and then all of a sudden you just hear shit flying out the way for him getting to that motherfucker, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna get fired. Oh, I might as well get fired for a good goddamn reason. Oh, that shit cracks me up. Fuck yeah. You're gonna get in my bloody shot.
Let me turn my
What's that other guy that does this shit too?
All the comments on YouTube are like, man, the Tom Cruise rant brought back some memories.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm just trying to figure out like how it's like if you and I take us as like I don't want to say regular Americans, but I take us like just motherfuckers that all right, I'm about to get fired, but now you fucking crossed the line. Like I could never picture myself even just standing there. Yeah, like fuck you. Like oh what? Like I'd have to go get you, right? Like wouldn't you make a beeline for that motherfucker? Like seriously.
Do I fucking walk around and rip that? No, shut the fuck up, Bruce. Do I want? No, don't shut me up.
Come on,
Am I gonna walk around?
come on, really?
With the fucking lights down in the middle of a scene? Then why the fuck are you walking?
Fuck yeah.
I've got out like this in the background. What the fuck is it with you?
See, I'd be inching closer and closer to him, like he wouldn't even realize. Like, I'm fired. I'm in trouble. I'm never gonna work in Hollywood again. And if I don't hit him, I'm still not working in Hollywood again. So you know what?
Give me a fucking answer.
Oh wait, there is a Tom Cruise Christian Bale rant remix. Oh.
Oh. Does it sound great? Oh.
Here, we're gonna watch it live on the show.
Are you professional or not?
You're a nice guy. But I'm gonna cut it when you're bullshitting or fucking around like this on set. That's what that is, man. I'm telling you. I'm not asking. I'm telling you. You wouldn't have done that.
I'm not asking. I'm telling you. I mean.
No! Don't shut me up! You do it one more time, and I'm walking on this set if you're still hired.
See? I'm not walking on this set if you're still hired. Well, fuck it then.
Shut up for a second, all right?
Like. Oh, I mean, really, right? Come on, my brother. Come on. Now you sitting there, and motherfuckers like going there and it says, I won't walk on the set if you're here tomorrow. Like, all right, so this motherfucker who's making millions. So if I'm fired, what would you do? I know I would put my shit down. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm fired because okay, well, fuck it then. Because I'd even interrupt him. When you interrupt him though, like he's like talking shit to you, be like, "Am I fired?" Wouldn't you?
Because I'm a man who drives around with shotgun shells in his truck.
Pick up the little banjo or guitar.
No, I don't care. Call us. Stop fucking calling us hillbillies because it's fucking flat and that's racist.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah. Motherfuckers need to know the difference between hillbillies and hits. Damn, there's a difference.
When you call us hillbillies, it makes us mad because we know you're bigoted and your views are crooked, and we should pray for you.
As crooked as a hillbilly's tooth, God damn it.
All right, Olu, this has been what, episode 112?
112, God damn it.
Times. It seems like it's been going on for a half a year. But
it's going on great. I love it.
And we wish you
a
very happy new year and prosperity and freedom from not wearing masks and not getting a vaccine.
Hey, you know what they say? Suck it and kiss an ass. What?
I don't know the answer to that question.